Greetings everyone. I am Shivani Sharma, the co-founder of Meloquent, the Marketing Society, Sri Aurobindo College, and your host for today as we begin our journey of learning from the budding minds via a talk show Melody-Demystify inside the world of marketing. Today we have someone with us who is doing someone that he's really who's doing something that he is really passionate about. We have with us Mr. Sindhu Biswal, who is a highly motivated and a passionate professional and who is a digital marketer at BetterHalf.ai, senior growth ex-marketer at Pocket Aces, the parent company of FilterCopy, Dice Media, Gobble, and Loco. Prior to Pocket Aces, he played a pivotal role in app and event marketing at Paytm Insider. He also helped to create a strong community of 250 hosts in four major cities in India in just 1 year. And talking about his work, he talks about startups, advertising, growth marketing, digital marketing. He also provides services like coaching, career development, marketing consulting, and digital marketing. He has been shortlisted for four different strategy at social media, featured on LinkedIn, did live sessions on YouTube, worked with Your Story, and has been invited to speak on podcasts and so much more. Talking about his journey, it was impeccable. He dreamt of becoming an astronaut, then a songwriter, but became a marketing professional. The travel story of his journey was from Cuttack to Noida to Mumbai. He thrives on challenging projects to develop strategies in his work. He has done his MBA from Amity University, and other than his work, he likes to write songs, photography, and also reading. We welcome you, sir, and we are really lucky to have you here today with us. We have with us Prerit as the moderator for this episode. So, without any further delay, let's start with the final episode of the series. Over to you, Prerit.
Good morning, sir. As my esteemed colleague just mentioned about your achievements at such a young age, I would now like to ask you a few questions to inspire us all. So, shall we start, sir?
Yes, please. Before that, a
Yes, sir.
big thanks to everyone for inviting me and giving such generous words for me. I'm just trying my best, whatever I can. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. So, we start with the very first question, sir. So, sir, we all really want to know what exactly is performance marketing, what happens in it, and how can one start with performance marketing? What are the basic starting things that a basic person should start doing for being a performance marketer?
Got it. So let me try to put it in very simple words. So you have marketing. Marketing is the larger umbrella, and uh, till last 5 years, what has happened is marketing is very data driven, result oriented. But before that, if anyone has heard of marketing, generally these were what billboard ads, these were TV ads and all, and it was a black box. Like for an example, in simple words, if I put a billboard in Noida, let's say, or Mumbai, and if I ask a question that how many people will install your app after watching that billboard, the answer is like it's super hard to measure that. So what happened with time is there was an evolution in the data centric marketing, and under marketing there exists digital marketing. Under digital marketing there are multiple segments, out of which one is performance marketing, one is social media marketing, there is affiliate marketing, email marketing, retention marketing. There is a lot, but the performance marketing is a very heavy data centric marketing. So basically, in very simple words, all the ads you see on Facebook, the app install ads, the website banners that you see, all the ads you see on YouTube, whenever you are watching a video, there is an in-stream ad that comes which disrupts you. All the Spotify ads you see, Savan, Geo Savan ads you see, all the Google ads you see whenever you search for something. Let's say you search red dress, and the first thing that you see is an Amazon ad or a Flipkart ad. Everything is performance, and by name, you know that it is performance oriented. So it is trackable. It is result oriented. So in very one liner, this is that side of marketing that is heavy data oriented, heavy result oriented, heavy performance oriented. That's what performance marketing is.
So, sir, what basically inspired you to follow this part of the marketing sector?
Uh, I think there was no inspiration. There was chain of events. I was in my B school, and there was a competition that was run by Google that time. It is still there, I'm guessing, and it's a great competition if your students want to play a part in that. So it's called Google Online Marketing Challenge. I don't know what is it called now, but back then what happens is Google used to give you 10,000 rupees or 20,000 rupees, and they will tell you that, hey, pick up any business that is not online, and that is very small business. So it can be a lassi wala, it can be someone who is selling mangoes, who has no understanding of how website is created and all. You take that 20,000 rupees, you build the website. So basically, you form a team of one website developer, one creative writer, one designer. You build the entire online presence, and you try to sell mangoes. So whatever he's selling, obviously, it is his revenue. You try to uplift that, and it is a national level competition where you represent a college, and it is a global competition. So you're fighting with Singapore people, US people, and the person who can optimize that 20,000 to maximum scale gets a job at Google. So I think my first thing was to get a job at Google. That's why I started doing that. But I just loved the whole process, and yeah, it's just chain of events happen, and I started loving the whole game.
Okay, sir. So you have worked with bigger corporates and smaller markets too. So how is performance marketing in bigger corporate markets is different from smaller markets, and what is basically the work culture difference in all bigger and smaller markets?
So first is there is a mindset difference. So anyone who is a fresher joining a bigger corporate, there is a certain process that is already followed. A huge budget is involved. So these are the two bigger differences. So what happens is when you go, you might be given a budget of what, handling 20 lakhs marketing budget per month, let's say, and there is already a set of process, and you are told that, hey, if you do this, this will come out of it. So input and output is already laid out. This is there completely, and if you screw up, then there is someone to guide you. What happens in startups is the budget is low generally, which forces your mind to think, how do I work on low budgets? That is one, which is extremely hard, by the way. Not everyone can do that. Second is there is no team, and you have to figure it out yourself. So there comes the growth mindset, the jugaad mindset, the growth hacking mindset, and not every it is not meant for everyone. It is exactly like in college, not everyone can become a class monitor. The first three people to raise the hand are the people who have some kind of a leadership quality. It is like that, and not everyone can sustain in both of the scenarios. In startups, it is fast changing. This month you might be given that, hey, we have 5,000 rupees, do something big. In next month you can be given, hey, you have 30 lakhs rupees, do something big. And the problem is there is no one to guide you. So you have to Google yourself, you have to talk to people, you have to learn by yourself. That is the whole major difference in both of the ecosystems.
Okay, sir. Sir, so while working on performance marketing campaigns, did it ever happen that you were working on a plan and the marketing campaign didn't go as planned? So what went wrong, and how did you react it and handle the situation?
So in performance, it happens every time. If you ask, it's just not performance. It's with every marketing. The only part is in performance. The beauty is I can come to a conclusion in 2 days, while it is very hard to do it in social media marketing. So for an example, what I mean is this. Let's say if you're a social media marketer and your thought is, I will get Rahul Dravid to my I'm planning a campaign with Rahul Dravid, and I will pay him, let's say, 50 lakhs for an example. Now, who told you that that 50 lakh will be the ideal amount to give Rahul Dravid? One. Second, will Rahul Dravid do anything to your brand or not? That is a very hard call that you can do. And the output that will come if you do on social media marketing is like what, after 2 months, after 3 months. On performance, I can do quick things today. I can know the result after 2 days, and then I can know it is a fail or not. So what happens in performance is generally what people do is we follow a growth centric budget. So for an example, if you have to do something big, what I will do is I will put small money. I will test it out for 2 days. If it works, then only I will scale. If it does not work, I will not scale. And the chances of success is very low. Like out of 10 experiments, one is a success, and that's the model we follow, which also tells you that the number of failures that we have. Yeah, and you just have to be used to it. You need to have that thick skin, and yeah, that's the beauty of the performance marketing side.
Okay, sir. Sir, so the next thing we want to know is if someone wants to become a performance marketer and wants to work in a project, how should he really start with it? What are the basic steps to rise high?
Is that someone a fresher joining a job or already doing the job?
He's someone who is joining a job. He has just
Got it.
started with
Got it.
it.
Got it. I think the best part is the first thing is to understand how ads work. So what happens is the biggest mistake that I see, which I also did in my when I started, and I try to recommend people not to do that, is what happens the day one of the job. What people start doing is they start running ads on Facebook Manager, on Google Ads Manager, which is the easiest part to do. It is super easy to create a campaign. It is super hard to write that one line copy that will go on the ad. It is super hard to design that particular ad, which is the heart of marketing. And what happens is that is marketing. Running ads is running the campaign, creating the campaign, handling the tools is the easiest part, is not that rocket science to crack. So the first day I would rather say just to analyze what has worked and what has not worked when you join the company. Do a 30-day analysis, do a 90-day analysis, see why certain ads have worked, why certain ads have not worked. So data analysis is the core of the thing I would rather suggest. First 15 days should only go into asking questions to your manager that, hey, why did we write this copy in certain kind of a way? Why are we targeting these people? Why not these people? So just question the logic, get the logic right. That is the first thing I would rather suggest.
Okay, sir. Sir, so nowadays, new small businesses coming on Facebook, Instagram, people are promoting their own products. So, what is the best possible technique to promote yourself on social media by yourself?
I Are you talking about a personal brand?
Yes, sir. Basically, marketing yourself, your own product, because today in India also thrift shops are coming up, and even small businesses. People are starting with selling small products from their own home.
Right.
So, no, everybody can't afford a performance marketer to
Correct.
promote their business.
Correct.
So, how can he promote or she promote it by himself or herself?
Got it. This is a very tough question I generally get from small business owners. I feel that there is only one way that you have to learn yourself performance marketing because you want to get the cost down. The moment you hire a performance marketer, a basic 1 year experienced person will decently charge you to 30,000 per month. That is the bare minimum cost. And what happens is when you're running a small business, that is not the cost that you can afford because that 30,000 is a person's cost, and uske upar there is that ads money ka cost. So my question is, why not keep the 30,000 in the ads money ka cost also? So my suggestion is start learning from Facebook Blueprint. Everything is available for free. It is genuinely not rocket science because if you would ask me this question 5 years back, then I would say, hey, you really need a performance marketer. But at this stage, you can run things on your own. It is not rocket science until unless you are like um, you are running something which is hard to sell. Like for an example, a high ticket size product like a jewelry, it is very hard to sell. You need someone who is expert. But let's say if you are selling your own courses, it is easy to sell. You're running yoga class, you are running painting class, you are running exercises, online exercise training and all. It is slightly easy. That is one. Second, I feel is to learn Canva. A lot of the things is dependent on design, which is good design. And Canva is an amazing, powerful tool where you can create the shittiest design of the world to the bestest design of the world also. And yeah, if in one line I have to put, then I would say don't hire a performance marketer. Save that money. Two, learn at least one ads tool. Third is learn Canva, and everything is already online and start doing that.
So, sir, everybody keeps blaming the algorithm of Instagram, Facebook, that they are just biased towards only few specific sector. So, do you actually think that performance marketing helps to break that algorithm?
So, social media is created not to do social service. They are created to earn money out of it. So this is an endless fight. This is not a topic to debate on also, because there is nothing that you can do. Like, you cannot literally go to Instagram office and tell them that, hey, why are you not promoting me? So rather than going into that black box, the only way to crack is, one, a lot of the things that I have understood is not algorithm, it's human behavior. Because I have a very specific question, a thought experiment that everyone should think about is, if you think that travel videos are getting promoted on Instagram Reels, okay, ठीक है. I agree that algorithm is pushing, but the people have the power to not watch, right? If people are watching it, algorithm pushes something to people which is likable by people already. So if that is likable by people, then there is nothing wrong with the people. There is something wrong with your strategy. So we have to mold accordingly. So if you know that reels are working, why are you still posting images on your Instagram feed? Move towards reels. So one thing is, don't go into the rabbit hole of cracking algorithm, because no one can ever crack. Try to understand human emotions. Uh, a very small thought experiment. If you actually do an analysis of the kind of small copy caption writing that reels do, you will see a pattern. Just do a very small analysis, India's top 100 reels, which has highest views, and look at the kind of copies that they have written. You will see some kind of a pattern. There is some innate emotion that is evoked when you write a certain kind of a copy. And there is some kind of emotion that evokes when you write a different kind of a long format copy also. So try to understand that thing, and you can nail it. One. Second, you have to rely on performance marketing, because you cannot go away from it. That is the nature of the algorithm. Organic is super hard to crack. So yeah, that's what you need to figure it out. Nothing else you can do.
So, sir, every day new trends are coming in market. Every day there's something new that everybody's talking about. So, as a performance marketer, how do you cope up with that? How do you come with new ideas every day?
Just look at how humans are behaving. Like, for an example, if there is a song trend going around, and you know that everyone is reacting to that song, just try to take advantage of it. Just try to use that song in a certain kind of a way, because the moment you say that, hey, I will not subscribe to this trend, there is someone else who will do. Even if you don't do, there is always someone. If you do not take advantage, there is always someone who will take the advantage. And how to cope up with it? Yeah, I don't spend a lot of time on social media just to find out what is working, because I'm not into social media much right now. But when I was working with FilterCopy and Dice Media, I had dedicated my first 1 hour of the job just to see what is trending. And the bestest, simplest way to check is, one is Google Trends. Go to Google Trends and see what is happening. Second is check the trending section of YouTube. But YouTube trending section is not a true representation of what the India is. What you need to do is check the trending section, click on first 3 videos. After you click first 3 videos, there is a suggested section. And then you start looking at how YouTube is suggesting, why it is suggesting. You will get a sense of it. Third is Instagram Reels. The top 5-10 reels are good enough judgment analysis key why these things are trending, and you will get a certain kind of a sense out of it. So yeah, just keep on doing and you will get a pulse of it. Last, Twitter. Twitter is an amazing tool to understand what is actually trending and if you can create something out of it or not. But yeah, that's what you used to do. What I used to do is I had created a dashboard where everything is connected and I can see all the trends in one dashboard. There are a ton of other tools to do that. There is CrowdTangle, that is a tool by Facebook, which gives you trends analysis and all. So yeah, that's what you used to do and see and what educate ourselves what is happening and what is not.
Okay, sir. Sir, so there is a new term known as meme marketing. So, sir, what are your views on meme marketing and how is it actually really helping everybody from big corporates to small marketers on
Right.
Instagram or Facebook or Twitter? How is meme marketing helping everybody and what are your opinions on it?
So one is, if you do a time series analysis of last 10 years or last 15 years, this is not something new actually. There is always a trend that comes up and you have to adapt to that trend. So if it is memes that is working now, because Gen Zs are sharing memes a lot, they are speaking in the language of memes, you have to adapt it. because that's what the culture is. So marketing is a lot about culture. I believe it's 80% about culture. If I give you a product to sell in Bihar, let's say, if in Odisha, where I come from, there is no way you can crack it if you do not understand how people in Odisha behave. And there are some parts of the cities where the memes are very, very different. The memes that we see, that is the reference of office, does not work pan India. The memes that we see, the reference of Friends, reference of Big Bang Theory, reference of Secret Games, not everyone watch it. So first is memes have different layers, and memes are not universal memes. So every meme is separate from cultures. Memes are a representation of culture. So once you understand culture, then you know what memes can work in what segment. Then you plan that out. That is one. And for sure, after 5 years, after 10 years, this format will change. That everyone knows, and you have to adapt to that. So yeah. This and last thing, memes are a great distribution mechanism. Memes get a lot of shares that no other format gets. So if you actually know what works, you can generate a lot of shares. And by the way, shares is the highest order organic metric, which is super hard to get. It is super easy to get a like. It is super easy to get a comment. It is super hard to get a share. And if you are getting shares, then you are a better marketer, I would rather say.
Okay, sir. Sir, so the next thing I want to know is, you told us a lot that there is a lot of study, work to do before coming up with a campaign or a project to complete it. So, what are the basic challenges that you faced as a performance marketer?
Biases are the biggest challenge of any marketer. And by bias I mean is this: I'll give you a realistic use case how marketers think. Let's say you want to do a campaign. What happens is you get a thought in your mind when you're taking a shower or you're just walking on the road. That thought comes from bias. The first thought comes from bias. What you do is you take that bias, you put it into a sheet and say, "Ki, if I do this, then this will happen." So what you do is you are creating a hypothesis, and then what you do is you go to the ads manager or whatsoever, and then you check that your bias or your hypothesis is true or not. There is the best marketer biases are pretty solid with the market, and the chances of failures are less. So what happens with time is once you get a pulse of how the world works, how people behave, how people think, your intuitions get become very strong. I'll give you a very realistic use case. A 1 year marketer, when I was 1 year into the marketing, if I would have been given a dating app to promote, maybe I would have promoted by saying, maybe my tagline, I would have said that, what find compatible matches. For an example, let's say I'm just giving random ideas. A 4 year marketer may not write find compatible matches. He or she might do a segment analysis. He might show a different ad to the males, a different ad to the females. That is a 4 year old marketer. How does this nuance come? With time, he has understood males behave differently, females behave differently. I'll give you one insight. Females care more about trust, cares more about real profiles when it comes to dating apps, because they don't want to be ghosted. A lot of females do not are not into hookups, so they want real men, people who are looking for real relationships. On This is completely different on the male part. So a 1 year marketer may not know these nuances. So this comes with time. This comes with experience. This comes not by running ads. This comes by talking to people. This comes by meeting people. This comes by observing people. A lot of time you behave in a creepy way. Like I have this habit that I go to cafes and I just observe how couples behave. And there are minute nuances, how the guys sit, how chivalry works. I am a big fan of how chivalry works. It's very funny and interesting actually. Why How women sit when a guy is there, who orders the coffee, who splits the bill. Only way you can crack is by understanding these all things. And yeah, that comes with time. And the failure is only this: the failure is not someone created a bad campaign. The failure is someone does not understand how reality works, and he just created a very generic campaign. That's it. The failure part is only this.
So, sir, you told us a lot about performance marketing, how it works, what are the pros and cons of performance marketing. So, sir, what do you think is the future of performance marketing? What are the new trends going to come in the near future, and how to actually adapt to those changes?
So what has happened with time, I'll tell you. So I have been what 5 years into this ecosystem, but I have observed this ecosystem closely for somewhat around 7 years. One thing has happened drastically is performance marketing started with interest based, nuanced targeting. Like people like back in like before 5 years, what people used to do is they will promote people interested in cakes will see a different ad. People interested in shopping will see a different ad. And then people used to do crazy narrow targeting. What has happened with time is AI has taken over. So it's not you who is deciding what people will watch. You just give the like for an example, Google. Google has a campaign called as UAC, Universal Ad Campaign, which is the app install campaign, and there is no targeting. There is no age targeting. There is no interest targeting. There is only location targeting. So what you do is you give them a bunch of creatives. You just tell them what is your money, and it will figure out who should watch, because the amount of data Google has, no human brain can match it. Now, Google already had this. Facebook did not have. Now Facebook also has this. And Facebook campaigns are called, I guess, ASA app. Sorry, I'm spelling it wrong. AAA campaigns. Sorry, yeah. So Facebook universal campaigns are called AAA campaigns, and the world is moving towards that side. And every time we have experimented dozen of time, if you put a logic to add versus if you give the machine learning, it always beats you. Like there was a time where I was having this self-esteem spree that, yeah, how come he can beat me, and I've tested dozen of times. Every time that ad will beat you. And now the game is this: if you literally have no job, everything is done by the tools. The only thing you have is a creative design and copy. That's it. So with time, what will happen? This is what will happen. The only skill that is needed for marketing is three things: heavy creative writing. You need to be super duper creative. You need to be an amazing copywriter, which comes for writing, and you need to be a great data analyst. That's it. So all the ads runners who are BTech pass out, who wants to run ads, who are who have never wrote copies, who are not creative, I can bet they will lose jobs in next 5 years, because this is happening with time, and I can see that. So yeah, this is the trend that is gonna happen pretty soon. It is already happening.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for your enlightening answers. All of us and our listeners will definitely learn a lot from your work. Rapid fire round. So, shall we start with that, sir?
Yes, bring it on.
Okay, sir. So the very first question is the first thing that you do when you wake up.
I go to gym. No, I eat something and then I go to gym. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Your comfort food.
Dal khichdi, yeah. I would have said biryani, but I'm just trying to be nice.
Okay, sir. So we consider it biryani or dal and roti.
Dal khichdi, dal khichdi. I'll tell.
Okay, sir. So beaches and mountains.
Mountains for sure.
Big parties or small gatherings.
Staying alone.
Okay, sir. So favorite sport.
Favorite sport?
Yes, sir.
Chess.
So favorite movie.
I recently saw a movie. I'm forgetting the name. It's a Jim Carrey's movie I recently saw. But anyways, Money Heist, I'll just say the second.
Okay, sir. Sir, you will choose web series or movies.
Web series.
Sir, the last thing you do before going to bed.
I read a book.
Sir, a book that you're currently reading.
This is with me. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus.
Okay, sir. So the best thing or the coolest thing about being a performance marketer.
I can also add a worst thing here. So the
Yeah, sure, sir.
the best thing is you have so in marketing, the performance marketer has the highest budget that no one has. No brand marketer has this budget. No social media marketer has this budget. That is the best thing. Um, the worst thing is you are so answerable. If you screw up, you will be fired texting because you are super duper answerable. Like your sales is also dependent on you. Your brand is dependent on you. That is the worst thing also. And the beauty of the whole part is the creativity that comes with it. Like you can literally write anything, you can test anything, you can see how the nation is behaving from the data. Like I don't think this much data I can get out from anywhere. So yeah,
Sir, if you have to describe yourself in a hashtag, what it will be?
polymath.
Okay, sir. So something that nobody knows about you.
I think I would not say, right, if no one knows about me, but I think if I think polymath is something that very 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 rare people know about me. Like I have varied interests. Like it can go all crazy to sociology, humanities, chemistry, astrophysics. Like it's all wide.
So, sir, one life rule you always follow.
No prescriptions. I don't give prescriptions. I am very much into insights. I do not take any prescriptions, neither I give.
So the best thing to get over a bad day.
A good music, if you can find a good music, which is rare to find these days.
So you listen to any specific genre of music or any specific singer?
I have varied interest. I'm mostly into classical, yeah, lo-fi these days. But I just I like listening to new music. It be Chinese, Japanese, and all. But lo-fi is my recent interest.
Okay, sir. So the one thing that one advice that you will give your 16-year-old self.
Same, you did what you did what you can do. There is no advice. That is the you can do whatever you can do. That's it. You cannot go back in time and change anything. I'm a huge believer in serendipity. In my life also, whatever has happened, everything is a dot connection. There is no logic, there is no reasoning, there is no regret to anything.
Okay, sir. What is the theme song of your life?
A theme song, I have not found it yet. Yeah, I don't think I have found it yet.
Sure. So any specific song that you're currently listening and you're in love with it?
uh, Coke Studio, there is a song called Kangna, which is a very classic. It's classical heavy, but I keep loving that song every time. It's technical. It's very, very technical. So I come from music background. There is something called as 16 timer beat, which is a little, which is the most complicated beat. It is said. I love that.
Sir, a book you would love to recommend to our listeners.
A book recently, I read a book. There are two books I love. One is Man and His Symbols. It's by Carl Jung, and it talks about dreams and its logic. If you see a certain kind of dream, or what is the logic? Amazing book. The another book I loved is Things You See When You Slow Down. It is a lovely book.
So, sir, if you have to choose between Netflix and Amazon Prime, which one are you going to choose?
Netflix, I guess they have a bigger inventory. Yeah.
And say Netflix or YouTube?
Hmm. YouTube any day. YouTube any day.
Okay, sir. Sir, if you get a chance to change your career, what it will be?
I don't think I will change. The reason is this. The reason is this. I used to think that I will change someday and I will become. So I, so I came from music. Then I went to marketing, and I thought that I will again go back to music. But the beauty of the marketing part is you can do music while doing marketing also. Like a lot of the ads I do has the music segment to it, video editing to it. So I won't change the career. I won't get this much flexibility with any other career. I'm pretty much sure.
Sir, so you are an early bird or a night owl?
This is confusing. I have moods. I have moods. I think I'm an early bird now.
Okay, sir. So you will choose popularity or knowledge?
Knowledge any day, any day. I don't care about popularity. With time, it has decreased. Like when I was doing my MBA, I used to be like, okay, you need a personal brand. Now I have realized a personal brand is comes from matter. If you don't have, you can have a personal brand without matter also, but that is completely illogical, not sustainable at all. So I would rather prefer matter, which is knowledge.
Okay, sir. So the last question is, you will choose Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram?
Twitter. I recently started Twitter, which is what 1 year. I am in love with it. Uh, I'll just give a one liner why I'm in love with it. That is the only platform where you do not follow people for the face. There is only one profile picture. No one posts how good they look. No one posts how cool they look, how sexy they look, and all. It's just one picture, which is not even expandable. Like you know that that person, half of the people are like icons. Yeah, matlab, there is random pictures of trees and all, and you just follow them for the thoughts that they share. That's it. That's why I'm in love with that platform.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. I just want to ask one more thing. So there is a new app called the Clubhouse currently for the Android users. So what are your views on Clubhouse, and how do you think it will ever in future overpower all the other social media apps, or is it going to decline in a few years?
It is gonna die in few weeks. The trends are already in place. The retention is screwed up. There is a very so-called viral tweet of mine. I just posted 3 weeks back that here are my reasons Clubhouse is gonna die, and I had a banter with Tanmay Bhatt in that thread. And there's a person called one of a friend of mine now, Varun Maya. He posted some amazing insights of how Clubhouse retention is dying, and the data shows not so promising results. It is not going to sustain in India for sure. And I'm also not bullish on any audio format as a social media tool. I am very bullish on short format videos. I believe it is going to stay for pretty easily 10, 12 years, and no other format is going to come anytime, any soon. Those are just my, but I'm happy to be proven wrong.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving us your marketing secrets and lessons that would guide us ahead. Thank you so much, sir. This was a great and enlightening session for us. Over to you, Shivani.
Thank you so much, sir. So I'm gonna tell you, I am not an early bird. I like wake up late. I sleep late. So when I woke up, I wasn't ready to take the session. But after listening to you, I'm wide awake, and I really, really enjoyed the session. And I'm glad I finally woke up today early, in a
Oh,
really
thanks,
long
thanks,
time.
thanks.
So I definitely.
It's a Saturday. It's okay. You can do self pampering and you can wake up. It's okay.
So thank you so much, sir. It was such a fun episode. And before this episode comes to an end, I would like you to give a life hack to our viewers.
I would repeat the same thing that I genuinely follow. There are like a ton of people who will give you prescriptions. By prescriptions, I mean playbooks, how to lead a life, what you should achieve in 27 by 27, what your salary should be by 24. And there is a big pressure that is happening. I have my biggest fight with the personal branding thing. You don't need a personal brand, is my view. What you need is matter. That's it. If you have matter, so matter builds trust. What is matter? Matter is very simple. Like for an example, I see Diksha. uh, my question is this: why should I follow Diksha? If Diksha is a regular person who posts certain kind of things, I have like zero interest at all, because there is no trust. But let's say if Diksha is extremely passionate about, let's say, climate change, and she is extremely passionate about trees, and she posts facts about trees, then I know, okay, she's a trustable person, and I can trust her, and her personal brand is that. That is the reason no personal brand can sustain for a long time without matter. That is period. I cannot sustain without real work. I cannot sustain my personal brand if I do not do real work with real companies. If I'm a freelancer, it's super hard to build that trust. If I'm not working with good clients, not providing results, stay away from people who are giving playbooks. Follow those people who are giving insights. That's it. That is the only thing that I follow. and I would recommend everyone the same, because in lockdown it is super high. Everyone is sharing their playbooks. Everyone is saying, do this, do that. In marketing also. By the way, just sharing one fact that none of the marketing works. Simple. If I share that this has worked for me, 99% surety I can give, this will not work for the rest of the 10 people. But the fact is, do not take whatever I say as a playbook. Test it out with small budget. If it works, then only scale. Because none of the marketing works. None of the blogs that are written by, even I can name, none of the marketing thing that are written by Neil Patel work for half of the Indian marketers. It does not work, and no matter how big they are. So yeah, that's the only thing I follow, and that's the only thing I would rather also suggest everyone.
Thank you, sir, for this life hack. So, with so much information and insights, we finally come to an end of today's episode. And we would really like to thank you, sir, for this so insightful and delightful session and for giving us your precious time. It was amazing and knowledgeable and absolutely enlightening for all of us. I hope that you all would have enjoyed this session as much as we did. Now, I would once again like to thank Sir for being here with us today. And with today's episode, we finally come to an end of Melody-Demystify. And it has been a great journey for all of us as we got to meet and interact with such great people. We hope you like the season of our talk show, but this is definitely not the end. It is just the beginning. We will be back soon with another intriguing series. Till then, take care, stay home, and stay safe.